What's up, everybody? This is your boy, the infamous TMF, back at it again with another Marvel Legends Wave unboxing and review. And this one has taken me such a long time to get. I guess I'll just explain that now. Um, as I told you guys in the Venom Pool Build-A-Figure unboxing and review, I pre-ordered these figures from GameStop. And every other time they have been so good to me, but I think the difference is this time I pre-ordered in store for in-store pickup. And when you do that, you have to wait for them to be shipped to the store. And I guess when you pre-order online, they just ship it straight from the factory, and that's a lot faster. So that was my bad. And I was still waiting for the miles for months. So I ended up just actually finding this in the wild and just picking it up myself. And I'm just gonna return the GameStop one. Um, so without further ado, let's just get into this. It's been a long time coming. I'm so excited. And I'm glad that we finally got these Spider-Verse figures. I know everybody's probably been looking forward to Peter B. Parker the most. And he is kind of one of the most unique Spider-Man we've gotten in a long time, just like half dressed. So that's pretty awesome with like a 5 o'clock shadow. So let's get right into it. So as per the usual for me, I'm going to be opening them in the order that the box lists them. So of course, Miles is up first. He's the top billing actor, if you will, in this whole thing. And I was so excited for this figure when they announced it, man. I've been waiting for this for at least 4 or 5 months just because I pre-ordered immediately. And then, that shipping situation with GameStop I told you about. So guys, I'm not saying don't pre-order from GameStop. Do not pre-order in store for in-store pickup. If you're going to pre-order from GameStop, pre-order online and then you'll get it shipped to your house. And that's a lot faster. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm really excited about this look for Miles, this half dressed, half civilian, half uniform look. But I know a lot of people would have preferred just a fully costumed Miles, but the way Hasbro's putting out these Spider-Man figures, I would not be surprised if we got the fully clothed Spider-Verse figure soon. So I wouldn't even worry about it. The art on this is amazing, man. These boxes. Okay. So here we have this chest armor for Stilt Man. This is a very unconventional villain that they made as the Build-A-Figure, but still awesome. We've got fluid pans and fists, unmasked head, and a masked head. And here is Miles in all his glory. Now, call me what you want. I usually prefer to have the fists on. That's just a preference for me. I don't know why that is, but he feels good. He can look up and down pretty well because he has one of those head sculpts where it's not stuck into the peg. So he'll be pretty good for posing. Um, I saw some people having trouble with the knee joints on these. So do be careful with this left knee. I've seen it break on a lot of people, but mine seems like it's fine. But unfortunately, some people have broken that knee joint right out of the box, bending it like I just did. I mean, the posability on him is pretty great. I mean, are you Spider-Man if you can't move your legs like that? Oh, that's interesting. I'm not used to the heads having their own joint like that. Huh. That's kind of new for me. And here we go, masked up. Man, this looks like it came straight out of the movie, honestly. The only thing that throws it off is these off-brand Air Jordan 1s. But it is what it is. The only way this figure could have been better is if that sneaker deal extended to Hasbro. But like I said, it is what it is. These skinny figures are usually tough to stand, but this smiles very easily. That was very easy. I like that. So that's it. There's the mouse. Super pausable, super standable, and just a super good mold for Miles. Like, I love that they're doing these super skinny molds for him to just like really hit home the fact that he's 13 and these other figures are like 40. So it's great. Let's move on. So next up, we have everybody's favorite loser, Peter B. Parker, or as I like to call him, Tobey Maguire, because obviously he was based heavily on the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films with the train stoppage, the terrible dancing. I thought what was interesting about this figure is that you'll notice the masked or semi-masked head has no 5 o'clock shadow, and this head does. Now, some people are reporting that they're getting figures that don't have any 5 o'clock shadow at all. So pay attention to that when you're looking for this figure, if that matters to you. Now, he comes with a drink, I guess, to better pose for that scene, a cup holding hand. He has one set of ungloved hands and 2 sets of gloved hands, so that's awesome. He has a lot of hands for this figure. And these head sculpts, by the way, are just like dead on. And Hasbro's head sculpts are usually really good. Like, you don't need to buy extra head sculpts for Marvel Legends figures. What the problem is the paint application is usually what makes the figures not look like themselves. Like, I've seen so many Reddit posts. Some of them are fake, by the way. I just saw a fake one last night, but so many Reddit posts of people just repainting the head sculpt, and it looks picture perfect. Here's Stilt Man's head. Big gulp, Polar Pop, wherever you're closest to, Wawa. And you know what? For him, I think I'm going to keep these uncostumed hands on. Just makes sense to me. That jacket is pretty good. It doesn't really impede his posability, as you can see. It's flexible enough. I've seen people take off his jacket, and he does have a Spider-Man symbol on the back. It's just not painted. That's leading people to believe that they're going to release a fully costumed version of him, which I think they will. Like, I think we're going to see fully costumed versions of him and Miles. So don't worry about that if for some reason you didn't want the bummy version of Peter B. Parker. Other than that, he's just Spider-Man with kind of a gut. Oops. He's got some mismatched shoes. And here's him using the most famous mask in the world as a beanie. You know, he would look really good with some pizza in his hand right now. If you know, you know. His feet are a little wonky because they're two different feet, but there you go. He can stand just fine. Next up, we have the Prowler, who I was very excited for. See a lot of people making jokes about people posing the Prowler with this briefcase because it's obviously for Stilt Man, but it still fits the Prowler's theme, so I wouldn't be too hard on those people. I love his cape. I don't know. Prowler was a standout in that movie. I know that's saying a lot because pretty much every character was a standout. But I really loved their take on the Prowler in this film. And dude, the spoilers if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen that movie, you should stop this video right now and go see it. Like, I don't care. That movie is more important than this video. Honestly, dude, that scene with him and Miles on the rooftop, oh man. I swear somebody was in the theater cutting onions that day. Let's see what's inside of this. Wow. Okay. I've seen a lot of people taking pictures with this, but never with it open. That's pretty cool. And you know what? I was saying the Miles was my favorite, but I think the Prowler might be. This is awesome. Look at those pink highlights on his boots and gloves. This is great. Like, the only way this could have been made better is if they gave him, I don't know, more hands and an unmasked head. That would have been perfect. But I guess I can see why they did that, because kids are not going to have that same emotional attachment to this character that older fans would, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure most kids don't know who the Prowler is at this point. They do. But yeah, this is awesome. Like, feels like there's so much weight to it. He feels bulky. But yeah, this dude is awesome. And he stands like a dream. Like, that was incredibly easy to get him to just stand still. And his cape is great. And it looks like you can easily take it off if you prefer your Prowler to not have a cape for whatever reason. If you're a Prowler purist. There you go. Awesome. Here we have the Hand Ninja, who has probably been the hardest figure to get your hands on. It sold out almost immediately because everybody's buying 50 million of them because you can stack the legs on each other to extend Stilt Man's height, which is pretty cool, but I will not be doing that. I don't want to army build Hand Ninjas, and I don't want to have my Stilt Man towering over everybody and falling over. Like, it's awesome to see, but I don't want that for my setup. And that 6 foot tall Stilt Man does make for some pretty funny pictures. So with him, we have some sights, what I will be calling Kung Fu hands. So he has 2 weapon choices. That's pretty good. And this is a pretty cool figure. I see a lot of people comparing him to, I think they're called Articulated Icons, Red Ninja, and the Red Ninja from the G.I. Joe series. And I think those are pretty fair comparisons. I mean, Red Ninja, how unique can you get with that? But he does have the hand undead type glowing green eyes. That's typical for them. So that's cool. You can put the sword in the sheath behind his back, which is awesome. And puts 2 sickles or scythes in his hand. I love when they give me a place to put the weapon on the figure, so I don't have to figure out a storage solution for all these extra parts. Like that MODOK that just got announced has a cavity in his head that you can fit all his extra parts in. I think that's awesome. He should do that a lot more often. And here's the base for Stilt Man, because you might need it, because you might have bought a million leg extenders and now he's ridiculously tall. This is impressive. The one leg is taller than your average figure, so he is going to be pretty tall. And he's a ninja, so of course he has good balance. Moving on. And last but certainly not least, we have Marvel's Frogman. He is certainly the most unique character that I've seen them release in a while. And when you notice that he has these 2 Batman-esque eyes in his mouth, he looks a lot more intimidating. Seen some awesome pictures taken with him. People are going crazy. I haven't seen a Toad custom yet with him. With his body type, I thought for sure, and a lot of people said for sure, that we're going to be seeing a lot of Toad customs with his mold, but I haven't seen it yet. I mean, literally, you can just slap a different head on him and he's Toad already. His backpack almost came off. Not sure if you're supposed to be able to detach that. Not sure what that's about. I know nothing about this character. Like, I'm a Spider-Man expert. I know he was in Spider-Man, but I don't know anything about him. I just don't. I'm not going to pretend like I do. Man, he stands like a dream. Those huge web feet, that helps. I love these bulkier figures. They feel so much more. Oh, he has spring feet. That's cool. So I guess that helps him jump high. I had not seen that in any of the pictures. Pretty good range of motion. I mean, he's a frog. He's got to be acrobatic, right? That is so cool. All right, guys. His head, not so much. All right, let's move on. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. The grand finale. That Build-A-Figure, baby. I told you, coming to a shelf near you. His legs are so long I could hardly fit this guy into the shot. So I guess we just build from the bottom up on this one. Actually, no, because you're not going to be able to see it if I stand him up. Let's get this weird thing on first. has a peg that you have to snap in his back. The Prowler's cape had that weird thing too. There we go. Once that's on, that seems like that's on.
1 hour later.
Man, that was the most trouble I've ever had getting a head on the figure, so I don't think that's coming off anytime soon.
$75 later.
Okay. Jeez, I did not expect this guy to give me so much trouble. Which is what everybody who fights him says. All right. All this shininess is just reminding me that I missed out on that Walgreens Silver Surfer. Let's give him his gun. I'm sorry, you know you're a lame supervillain when you have this technologically advanced suit and then your weapon is just a gun in your hand. I would love to see him show up in a Spider-Man or a Daredevil movie as like a joke. Just gets taken out in like the first 5 seconds of the movie. Man, these legs. All right. The pegs on this guy are tough, to say the least. Oh, that's cool. The way the stand is set up makes it look like he's walking. Wow. Let's get a better look at him. So, yeah, this guy is huge. I couldn't even get him in the shot. I mean, look at him. Listen, if you can't find other hand ninjas or you just don't want to buy the same figure over and over again, don't worry about it. He is significantly taller than every other figure you're going to have. Even a deluxe figure. Let me get a deluxe just to show you. So yeah, it's cool, it's funny, but you don't need a million pairs of legs if you don't want to keep buying the same figure over and over again. And if you do want to do that, knock yourself out. But if you don't, he's perfectly tall enough. So don't feel like you have to do it. So anyways, this has been my review of the Into the Spider-Verse / Stilt Man Build-A-Figure wave. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it to your friends if they'd be interested in this type of content too. Every single thing you do like that helps me in the algorithms and gets my message out there to the fans so they can see these things before they go drop all this money on them. Thank you for watching. Team F out.